If you live in Southern California and your child is Disney obsessed like mine, you need to know about the Southern California Resident Pass and just how to maximize your day at Disney. Welcome back to my channel. My name is JoAnna and I am a toddler mom with a daughter who is Disney princess obsessed. So we've been to Disneyland probably about 7 times. My daughter is just turning 2.5 years old, and I'm always trying to look for budget-friendly ways to do things. Right now, you need to know about the Southern California Resident Pass. It's the best way to do Disney on the cheap, relatively cheap, because we all know Disneyland can get really expensive. It's not just the ticket, it's the lightning pass, it's the parking, it's the snacks, it's the Disney merch. So how do I do Disney on a budget in a way that makes sense where we can go once a month at this point? Let me give you the scoop. So I always book my tickets through the Disneyland app. You definitely want to download the app ahead of going. If you live in Southern California, there's a wide range of zip codes right now that are eligible for an amazing discount. So I went on the app, researched this a bit. It breaks down to $67 a day for you to go to Disneyland if you buy this pass. So the pass gives you entry to the park 3 times between now and May 15th. So you would want to buy this as soon as possible because there are restrictions on the days that you can go. So hopefully you have a flexible schedule like me. My daughter's not in school yet, so we can really take advantage of this pass. Another pro tip bonus before your kid turns 3, Disneyland is free. So we're trying to go as many times as possible before my daughter turns 3, and then we may have to pay for her ticket. Right now, what I did was I bought this pass, I booked my first day immediately, and then I locked in 2 additional days. The app will tell you to pick 2 days. It shows you their calendar. Generally, the weekdays are what's going to be available with the exception of some blackout days. So we booked a trip this past week. I'm going again at the end of April, and I'm going again May 14th because this promotion ends May 15th. And who wants to be at Disneyland after May 15th anyway? It's going to be hot. The kids are out of school. It's going to be busy. So if you could take advantage of this promotion now, I highly recommend doing it. So now let's get into the day itself at Disney. I consider myself a bit of a Disneyland pro at this point, having gone 7 times. And I've learned so much on the journey from being a first-time Disneyland mom to a 7th-time Disneyland mom. So I'm going to take you through my whole experience. First thing that you want to know is the Lightning Lane pass. I do think the Lightning Lane is worth it, but you have to know how to use the Lightning Lane. So you can buy this as an add-on to your pass. I think it was like $50 for me and my husband each. So what we do is we add this to the pass ahead of time. One thing I would definitely recommend is the minute you get out of that car, you book your first ride. So you figure out what ride is the most important ride for your child. My daughter happens to love The Little Mermaid. Start with one of her favorites. We'll book that immediately as soon as we get out of the park. So you lock in that first Lightning Lane. The thing with Lightning Lane that is kind of tricky is they don't allow you to book out your whole day as you would want to do unless you pay for an extra expensive Lightning Lane pass, which I have not done. So again, we're trying to do Disney on a budget, right? So we take the first Lightning Lane experience, book that right away. Once you clear that ride, the minute you step foot off that ride, lock in your next Lightning Lane experience. So you'll start to see as the day goes on, these rides get sold out, and maybe a ride that you want to be on is booked now completely until 4 o'clock. So lock in all your favorites right away. I also strongly advise getting to the park early. I know it's hard with toddlers and life, but we got on the road by 9 a.m. We made it to the park by 10. We were on our first ride by 10:30. Highly recommend this strategy because by 11, 12, 1, this park is just getting swarmed with more and more kids and it gets overwhelming. So you can basically get to Disneyland at 10 a.m. hopefully and knock out your favorite 3 rides before lunch, which is what we did. So by the time lunch rolled around, we got our lunch. I always pack a snack bin. That's another Disneyland Pro mom tip. Make sure you bring water bottles, no glass allowed, but you can bring in plastic or your water, however you drink it. Bring a snack bin, bring your kids' favorite snacks because those Disneyland snacks are expensive and they're really unhealthy. There's this one place I go to for lunch where I can find a healthy lunch, but almost everywhere else in Disneyland is going to be corn dogs and junk food. So we try to stay away from that. There are some special lunch experiences. We took our daughter on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which was awesome. I thought she would be scared. She actually loved it. But there's a really cool restaurant that I saw. It's called the Bayou, and it's this Louisiana themed cuisine. I was telling my husband I wanted to book that experience for the next time we go back to Disneyland, and the woman in front of me quickly corrected me and told me that this is a 2-month wait to get in. So some of these restaurants, you also want to get ahead of the game. Go on the app, lock in your favorite restaurants before the park so that you can have a good experience if that's something that you're interested in. So going back to the Lightning Pass and the add-ons, another question I get asked as a Disneyland Mom Pro, should I book 2 parks or 1? That's really a matter of preference and what phase you're in with your child. My daughter is kind of a Disney pro herself. She has gone entire days at Disneyland with just 1 stroller nap. But if your child needs more naps and things like that, then maybe booking 2 parks isn't worth it for you. Maybe you just spend the entire day on 1 park, and the next time when you go back, you focus on the second park. We like to hop back and forth between both parks because certain rides are available in the other park, and we like to have the optionality. But if you're looking to save money, then maybe you just focus entirely on 1 park for the day. Another favorite that my daughter really loves that I would highly recommend going to early if your child is princess obsessed like my daughter is. So right next to the Magic Castle, there's this little princess section, and you can basically go through, you could wait in line, about a 45-minute wait, not on Lightning Lane, where you can meet 3 different princesses. And the princesses will vary based on the day, but while you're waiting in line, you might get some bonus princess pop-ups. So we saw Anna, we saw Snow White, Belle was doing a performance. So this is a section of Disneyland that you should absolutely make a priority if your child is in her princess era like mine is. There's also the Bippity Boppity Boutique, which I haven't done yet. I'm saving that for my daughter's 3rd birthday. But you will see these little girls roaming the park with perfectly done hair and makeup in their princess costumes. It's adorable. I've heard great things. I'm saving that for my daughter's birthday. So since we've kind of covered navigating the park at this point, I want to get into what you should pack ahead of time. And I know I mentioned snacks, definitely a necessity. Another thing that I can't stress enough is bringing a battery pack and a fully charged phone, because you are on the app booking experiences. You're shooting all the videos. I shoot in 4K. I'm trying to capture every memory and every moment. Your battery will go super fast. And they have these battery packs at the park, which I had to buy the first time when I didn't, think to pack this thing. It's like $40 to buy it on site, and it quite frankly didn't even last that long. So bring your supercharged battery pack to make sure that you can capture all the memories, or bring a backup, a professional camera or something like that if you don't want to eat into your phone battery, because I've definitely never made an entire day at Disneyland without my battery dying. Another thing is the merchandise. So I've got this cool, Disneyland sweatshirt that I bought on site, paid $60 like a sucker. I have some links in my Like to Know It store, which I'm going to share with you. And, you can go ahead of time and find some really cool stuff on Amazon. One time I bought my daughter like 4 Disney princess shirts ahead on Amazon. I think it was like $30 for 4 t-shirts. They're her favorite t-shirts in the world. Definitely got my money's worth on those. So I'm going to link some of my favorite Disney looks. You want to layer it up too, because in Anaheim, the temperature can really change. When I got to the park, it was a little chilly. By the middle of the day, I was hot. So you want to layer it, bring your Disney t-shirt, bring your Disney sweatshirt so that you can max out the day and have your wardrobe done right before you go. Air tags. So it is like, there's like sections that just become stroller parking lots, right? So you want to make sure you have a lightweight, easy, collapsible stroller. So maybe your day-to-day stroller isn't going to work for Disney. If you go as often as I do, or if you travel as often as I do, you might want to just invest in one of these strollers that's super lightweight. Like we got on the monorail and they ask you to collapse the stroller. So you need to be able to just make that stroller fold as quickly as possible and then pop back out for when you're pushing your kid around the park. And then when you are parking in these stroller parking lots, you can, maybe lose track of your stroller. I'd hate to say the worst case scenario if somebody steals your stroller. You want to have an air tag in your stroller. I'm a big fan of air tags in general. I put them in all my suitcases. I put them in my purse so that if that thing starts moving away from you, you're going to get notified. You'll be able to find it. We even had someone just kind of move our stroller because my husband parked it in the wrong place. We were able to quickly locate the stroller thanks to the air tag. So you want to order your air tags ahead of time. So I'll link, I think Amazon has a sale right now, buy a 4-pack. They're totally worth it. Make sure you bring your air tags. If you follow these guidelines, you're going to have a great day at Disneyland. I know some parents, they say, oh, I hate Disneyland, and they roll their eyes. My husband and I love it because I think we know how to do it right. We got there by 10. We left at 3, daughter slept the whole way home, and we had a beautiful day. I have 2 more passes. Cannot wait to go back and try some different rides. Let me know any questions I can answer for you. I will link everything below. and I hope you have a successful day at Disneyland. So make sure you click the description box for all my favorite links for what to bring and, you know, how to maximize your day by using these things that I forgot a couple of times when I wasn't such a pro. If you are also interested in what is going in my daughter's snack box, as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of healthy food and planning these things ahead. So I have another video where I talk about some of my favorite snacks. These are easy to pack, so click on this video if you want to know what to bring for your child to have a healthy day at Disney.